Welcome to Tejus Education. Today's topic is Autotrophic Nutrition from the chapter Life Processes, Biology Class 10 CBSE Board. Objectives: Autotrophs, Autotrophic Nutrition, Photosynthesis in plants, various steps involved in photosynthesis, desert plant, how they prepare their own food, activity, why chlorophyll is important for photosynthesis, role of stomata, transpiration and transpirational pull, activity, why carbon dioxide is important for photosynthesis, autotroph, meeting energy and nutrient needs, raw materials, etc., and important board exam questions from the above said topics will be covered in this video. Autotrophs. Autotrophs have specialized structures called chloroplasts that contain chlorophyll, the magical pigment that captures sunlight. Through photosynthesis, plants convert light energy into chemical energy, which is stored in glucose. Autotrophs are organisms that produce their own food using carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll, and other nutrients. They're also called producers. Now let's learn about the example of autotroph. Plant and blue-green algae. Algae, the cool underwater cousins of plant, they use similar mechanism as plants to carry out photosynthesis and provide food for themselves. So next time you see a plant or swim alongside some algae, they are the true superheroes of autotrophic nutrition. Now let's learn about photosynthesis. Now let's understand the process of photosynthesis. This signifies that products, a sugar molecule, C6H12O6, and 6 oxygen molecules, along with water, are created by light energy acquired by chlorophyll. If you can see the arrow from the reactants, that is 6 carbon dioxide molecule and 6 water molecule. Please learn this equation by heart, write and memorize. Very important exam point of view. The excess fat is stored as starch in plant and in human it is stored as glycogen. MCQ, very important. This question will come as MCQ. Now let's see how the process of photosynthesis actually takes place. First, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll, the magical pigment. Here we have the chloroplast. Inside this chloroplast we have this pigment chlorophyll. Then conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. It's called photolysis. It's part of photosynthesis. Last, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate here. What is actually happening? The electrons of the water is added to carbon dioxide and then we get carbohydrate, oxygen. Very important. Please learn this nicely. It's fascinating to note that these steps don't always happen in sequence. For example, desert plant. They take up carbon dioxide at night and prepare an intermediate product which is then processed using the energy absorbed during the day. Nature's adaptability is truly remarkable, isn't it? Now let's learn about why chlorophyll is important for photosynthesis. It is an activity which is given in your textbook. Activity 6.1. We can either take a croton plant or this is the croton and this is the money plant. We have taken the croton. Take a potted plant with variegated leaves. Most of the indoor plants are croton or money plant, right? So here we have the croton. Keep the plant in a dark room for 3 days so that all the starch gets used up. Without sunlight, the plant cannot prepare food or starch. Now keep the plant in sunlight for about 6 hours. Now pluck a leaf from the plant, mark the green areas and trace them on a sheet of paper. I tried my best. This is the sheet of paper. Okay. Now what we have to do? Dip the leaf in boiling water for few minutes. So the water is boiling, and after that we have to immerse it in a beaker containing alcohol. Carefully place the beaker in a water bath. This is the water bath. And heat till the alcohol begins to boil. What happens to the color of the leaf? What is the color of the solution? So the leaf is colorless and the solution is green in color. Now dip the leaf in a dilute iodine solution for a few minutes and take out the leaf and rinse off the iodine solution. Observe the color of the leaf and compare this with the tracing of the leaf done in the beginning. So what you will see here is the leaf has turned dark blue. So it shows the presence of starch. The colorless part of the leaf shows absence of starch. This proves that. So the activity helped us to understand that chlorophyll is very much important in photosynthesis. So these are the questions. I have written the answer once again. Please take a screenshot. Let's move on. The second activity, it is teaching us the importance of carbon dioxide. Is carbon dioxide required for photosynthesis? Let's see. Take two healthy potted plants which are nearly the same size. Keep them in dark room for 3 days. Now place each plant on separate glass plate. Place a watch glass containing potassium hydroxide by the side of one of the plants. The potassium hydroxide is used to absorb carbon dioxide. Cover both plants with separate bell jars as shown. Use Vaseline to seal the bottom of the jar to the glass plate so that the setup is airtight. The air should not enter the experiment. Keep the plants in sunlight for about 2 hours. Now, the first diagram or the sequence of pictures is showing leaf of plant with potassium hydroxide. What happens to the leaf? It shows that it has become colorless. What happens to the leaf without potassium hydroxide? It remains green. So this proves that carbon dioxide is very important component for the plant to prepare food. Plant cannot prepare their own food without carbon dioxide. Now you are seeing the picture of guard cells, right? As well as we see there's a stomatal pore, chloroplast. So these are called stomata, and stomata contains guard cells. In the first picture, you can see that the water molecules, blue color water molecules, are entering the guard cells. So it has swollen. The water has swollen the guard cells. So the stomatal pore has opened here. This is the stomatal pore. It has opened. Whereas in the second diagram, you see the water molecules are coming out of the guard cells, thereby the guard cells have shrunk, right? So the stomatal pore is closed. Now let's explore how plants obtain carbon dioxide. Why we are learning about stomata? What is the role of guard cells? Now let's talk about these tiny pores. We just saw that how water enters the guard cell, it becomes swollen and the stomatal pore opens, it shrunk and the water leaves, right? So what is the role of these stomata? They help in gaseous exchange, taking in carbon dioxide, releasing oxygen. The gas exchange is also taking place through stem and root along with the leaves. So they'll ask you, what is the function of guard cell? You have to write opening and closing of the pore is the function of guard cell. And the rest we know what you are going to write. Yeah, the guard cell swells and the water flows into them, causing the stomatal pore to open. Similarly, the pore closes, the guard cell shrink. Since large amount of water can be lost to stomata, the plant closes these pores when it does not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So the question can come, why do they close the stomatal pore? So they are trying to prevent the water loss. Let's move on. We just learned stomata helps in gaseous exchange. Other parts, for example, stem, how do they help in gaseous exchange? There are tiny pores that are found on stem. They are called lenticels, through which the gaseous exchange takes place. Then come roots. In root, transpiration. What is transpiration? It is nothing but the mechanism through which water travels from roots to leaf through xylem tissue. More water is drawn upward to replenish the water that is lost as it evaporates off the leaf. So transpiration is nothing but water that travels through plants, roots and leaves during transpiration is getting evaporated. As a result, transpiration pull the force that results from the loss of water from leaves and pulls the water through the plant, right? Moves the water through the plant. Autotrophs are organisms capable of producing their own food through process called photosynthesis. We learned it earlier. However, to build their bodies and carry out essential biological function, they require various raw material. Water. In terrestrial plants, water is a crucial component of photosynthesis and various metabolic processes. To meet their water requirement, plants have specialized structures known as roots. These roots absorb water from soil. This we learned from our junior grades. And they transport it to the rest of the plant. This water uptake is essential for the conversion of light energy into chemical energy during photosynthesis. Next, we have other nutrients. Autotrophs also need essential nutrients to build their cellular structure and carry out various biochemical reactions. These nutrients include nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and magnesium. Then comes nitrogen. Nitrogen is the fundamental element required for synthesis of protein and also other vital components within the autotrophs. So, autotrophs are organisms capable of producing their own energy through photosynthesis. We just now learned about the various raw materials. Right? You can go through this, take a screenshot and understand and learn for your board exam. Now we come to the final part of the video, important questions for board exam. Name two autotroph, plant and blue-green algae. Define photosynthesis. Write any one similarities between starch and glycogen. Different steps involved in photosynthesis. How do desert plant prepare food? Describe an activity that shows chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. Draw a neat and label diagram of stomata. List the function of stomata. Help of a diagram. Describe the opening and closing of the stomata. Define transpiration and transpiration pull. There is a question, usually they ask, what is an enzyme? We will deal with it in heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, all the best children. Please write the answers for this question in the comment section. Do like, share, subscribe and give your comments about this video. God bless. May the exam be very easy. All the best for your upcoming board exam. Thanks for watching.